Hey, Shalom, Shalom, on the stuff of always by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Rakah, Kudash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. Still going to do a real quick one. This is on Iran confiscates British tanker in the Strait of Hormuz, right? IRGC, right? Which stands for the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, right? Now, if you've been keeping up, you'll be observing that there's a lot of heat that's going on at the moment in that Strait of Hormuz, right? This is Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps has seized the British oil tanker Stena Impero in the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian media reported. UK authorities said the tanker had, quote, veered off course before capture, right? So yeah, this is, there's been several of these recently where, old tankers and the Strait of Hormuz is coming up a lot recently. And, it's things that are build up our faith because these are the prophecies, coming to pass. This is just the build up. We know obviously this ain't it, the UK isn't going to wage war on Iran, because that doesn't fit in line with prophecies. Which is why it's good to know the prophecies, right? Which, in fact, I'll grab that. This is Isaiah 33:6. Fucking type. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure." Right? Now, when these things really start heating up, the knowledge of these scriptures will go and keep us sane. Right, but what also keeps us sane is when you know the prophecies, then you know what to expect and when to expect, and you ain't gonna be swayed when you hear this. You ain't gonna be swayed when you hear that. Swayed when you hear that, right? Because actually, no, that doesn't fit in our prophecies. Disregard that. But I'm not saying to disregard what's happening here, because this is the sign of things are heating up, right? Which is very beautiful to see, right? And it really. Helps boost up your faith, right? This is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Now, as this has been broken down plenty of times, it's referencing the fact that, these nations are going to start redirecting money from agriculture, thus plowshares and pruning hooks, into weaponry, thus swords and spears. It says, let the weak say I am strong. Right, so you've been seeing a lot of weaker nations coming up and presenting themselves as forces to be reckoned with, right? It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, right, which stands for Yahweh Shaphat, right? The valley of the Most High's judgment. Shaphat means a judgment, right? Because that land over there, in the Middle East, that's where this heat gonna be. That's where the main focal point, right, is gonna be, right, round. It says, yeah, so there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, and the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great, right? So these nations are being judged for their own wickedness, right? The Lord isn't being unrighteous when He's destroying them, right? They're paying for their own sins, for their own wickedness. It says multitudes in the valley of decision, yeah, because there can't be a lot of dead, right, in that region. So for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision, right? It says Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? That's the whole point on prophecy, right? And when our prophecy is going to be fulfilled. Like I said, although this is uplifting, we know that this is not yet. We know that this is just one of the things that are helping to build up, what is to happen, right? So for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, right? Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, right? And we're starting to see these prophecies come into pass, like I've been saying, right? It may seem like it's taking a long time, but really it's not, right? Especially when you're contrasting it to eternity, right? It's also when you consider, the way the Most High sees time, right? The 1,000 years is as one day, and one day as 1,000 years, as spoken of in 2 Peter 3, right? It says Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? And see that ye be not troubled, right? And that's the point. See that ye be not troubled, right? Be stable in your mind, right? Because ultimately we know that all, well, read it says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, right? This is the beginning of sorrows. This is the beginning of the times, that we've been hoping for, right? Which you might be saying, why are you hoping? Why have you been hoping for bad times? But we're hoping for these bad times because at the end of these bad times are good times for the Israelites forevermore, right? This is just, the entrance, right? And just to confirm the points, Jeremiah 49:20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? Now this is talking about Edom, so the least of the flock, right? The chief house of Edom, which is Amalek, right? Them so-called Jews, them gutter rats that have stolen our identity. Now Esau, how can you call them that? Right? Because they've stolen our identity. All the world thinks that, when they hear Jew, they think of them. They don't think of the real Jews, right, which is Judah, right? But when the word Jew is used as a grouping, right, Judah, it's Judah, Benjamin, Levi, right? It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them, right? So them gutter rats are going to do something stupid, right? And then that's going to bring America into this third world war, right? Which is already, started, but that's going to really pull America, but it's all going to be off the hand of Israel, the inhabitants, Israelis, right? Them doing something stupid, right? So like I said, although this is good and, it's uplifting for our spirits, we know that the end is not yet. But yeah, just keep watching, keep praying that the Lord, delivers out of this hellhole, right? So until the next time, I'm going to say, Shalom.